the garden. This is my spinach, really covered in frost. This could actually thaw out a little bit and we could harvest it. It's really not done until it looks like this. It'll turn dark from cell damage. It's those cell walls being broken by these ice crystals. If they're not completely limp and dark like this, they're actually still good. So these will probably rebound later today. I'm gonna do one last harvest, and I bet that we could find a few other vegetables around the garden to harvest too. The same goes for broccoli. As long as it's not limp and really dark, it should actually be okay. Onions too. We might be able to harvest some onion greens and even some bulbs. Parsley is one of the last to really hang on. And some of these leaves might be a little damaged, but they still have some flavor. Let's do a little taste test. Isn't that cool? It tastes absolutely perfect. So this parsley is actually still good. Look at how the frost finds the veins in the leaves. Isn't that cool? One of the best things about parsley is that if we insulate it enough, the roots can survive and next year it'll sprout flowers. We could maybe harvest some celery. If they're already frozen in the garden, we can just pop them in the freezer and they'll stay frozen and relatively unharmed. We can also still harvest some herbs like sage and thyme. It always surprises me because I think of them as like a Mediterranean herb, but thyme and sage, they will survive right up until winter. Might be able to harvest some kale, and if these were under protection, under a little polytunnel or some sort of greenhouse, they'd probably still be fresh and green. I'm not sure if the lettuce is any good. It's still really early in the morning, so once things warm up a bit, we'll get a better sense of what's still alive. We have chives down here, onions over here. There's frozen mint. Let's taste test some of our frozen mint. Looks alright. It's not too bad. Yeah, that's still excellent. Beautiful flavor. We've even got some dill. It's hard to tell under the ice, but that's a frond of dill. I can see a little bit of damage there, but I'm going to taste test a few of these leaves. See if they're any good. Yep. That's pretty good. That's incredible. And the sun is just starting to rise. Look at that. Wow. It's beautifully orange today. The pond is starting to freeze, but there are still a couple pockets left. And just last week I saw the muskrats getting ready for winter. The muskrats have been collecting cattail roots, leaves, seaweed, and they've kind of piled it up in a mound over here. It's pretty interesting. There are 3 muskrats out on the pond. I can see him underwater. What's he doing? Looks like seaweed and leaves. Oh my, I didn't realize they were up on the shore. There's actually a burrow down in here somewhere. Earlier in the season, a family of minks moved in and I think killed the muskrats. There might have only been one in there at the time, but it looks like these guys have taken back over. It's kind of cute. It's like a little water rat. But they're like little tiny beavers. They have that kind of semi-aquatic tail, really leathery and fatty. When I lived up in Ely, they would feed beaver to the wolves up at the wolf center, and they would go for the tail first because it's like bacon. It's just like pure fat. As you can hear, we're still getting birds too. The woodpeckers have been out in force, but we still get chickadees and blue jays and cardinals. I really love seeing wildlife, even when it's like 20 below. It's only about 20 degrees out here right now, so it's not too bad. So most of the garden is definitely done for the season, but we still have a few really cold hardy vegetables like spinach, chives, broccoli, and kale. I hope you stay tuned this winter. We're going to be doing all sorts of fun outside projects. And of course we have our indoor succulents and terrariums, so we're going to have plenty to do even in the cold weather months. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.